Now, for a look at stories making headlines around the world, and we're going to start in the Middle East. And Israel is facing a harsh international backlash after its troops killed dozens of Palestinians demonstrating at the Gaza border. They were protesting against the opening of the new US embassy there in Jerusalem. For more on this and other international news, let's turn, as we always do, to our Ro Aram. So Aram, fill us in on the latest.
Well, Mark, protests were quieter on Tuesday compared to the day before, but Israeli forces shot dead at least 2 more Palestinians. According to the Palestine Health Ministry, that now brings the death toll to at least 60. It appears that many Palestinians opted to bury the dead and hold funerals for those killed instead of going back to the scene of Monday's bloodshed. They were also commemorating 70 years since Nakba, or catastrophe, when more than 700,000 Palestinians lost their homes in the wake of the creation of Israel in 1948. This was going on as Israeli and Palestinian envoys to the UN exchanged bitter words over the events in Gaza during an emergency meeting at the UN Security Council. The Palestinian envoy Riyad Mansour called Monday's incident a massacre by Israeli forces and a crime against humanity. Other nations expressed concern over the violence, urging Israel to act with restraint. Some of them, including Britain and the EU, have called for an independent inquiry into the matter. The UN Human Rights Council also condemned the violence along the Gaza border.
Lethal force may only be used as a measure of last, not first, resort, and only when there is an immediate threat to life or serious injury. An attempt to approach or crossing or damaging the Green Line fence do not amount to a threat of to life or serious injury and are not sufficient grounds for the use of live ammunition.
Israel's UN envoy Danny Danon defended the Israeli military's actions, describing the Palestinian protests as violent riots. Israel has said it was acting in self-defense of its borders, blaming Gaza's Islamist rulers Hamas. The sentiment was backed by the US envoy to the UN, who said Israel had actually shown restraint.
I asked my colleagues here in the Security Council, who among us would accept this type of activity on your border? No one would. No country in this chamber would act with more restraint than Israel has. In fact, the records of several countries here today suggest they would be much less restrained.